Hey fam! Welcome back to our channel where we tackle the real, raw, and unfiltered stories from the world of hip-hop. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate your support as we continue to shed light on the stories that need to be told. Now, let's get into it. Today we're not just here to entertain, we're here to educate and provoke thought. We're taking a deep dive into a heavy issue that's been plaguing the hip-hop community and society at large for far too long. The struggles, the disrespect, and the injustices faced by our women in the industry. It's time we amplify their voices, their stories, and their battles. Buckle up, because it's about to get real. Now, it's no secret that our sisters in the game, they've been struggling, y'all. Struggling with disrespect, sexism, and yes, even sexual assault. Take a look at what's been going down lately. Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, he's been caught up in some serious accusations. We talking about lawsuits claiming sexual assault and worse, y'all. But let's keep it 100. This ain't just about Diddy. It's about a culture that's been overlooking the dignity of our women. We got Jane Doe, who bravely stood up to tell her story. She was just 17, lured into a world that was supposed to be about music, but ended up being about something far darker. And she ain't the only one. There's more out there, more stories, more women who've been silenced for too long. This ain't just about the hip-hop industry. It's about a society that's been letting this happen. It's about the need for change, for respect, and for justice. Now, ain't nothing right about this. We gotta stand up, you feel me? So, y'all heard about Cassie, right? Girl took Diddy by storm. Now, this tale ain't just about the glitz and glam of the hip-hop world. It's a story of courage, of standing up against the giants. Cassie, a shining star herself, filed a lawsuit against Sean Combs, known to many as Diddy, accusing him of some pretty heavy stuff. This wasn't just any lawsuit, folks. It shook the industry to its core, sending shockwaves through the world of hip-hop. Cassie didn't just stand up to Diddy, she stood up to an industry that's been too silent for too long. She called out the abuse, the misconduct, and the downright disrespect she experienced during their 11 years together. And what did Diddy do? He settled, swiftly and silently. But Cassie's voice? It echoed, loud and clear, serving as a beacon for others who've been victims too. Her bravery showed that no matter how big the name, how high the stakes, the truth should never be silenced. Cassie's fight is a testament to the strength of women, not just in the hip-hop community, but everywhere. Her story is a call to action, reminding us all of the importance of supporting the victims, of standing with the Cassies of the world. Because when we do, we show that the hip-hop world, and indeed our world, ain't just about the beats and rhymes, but about respect and dignity too. Cassie showed us, ain't no one too big to be called out. Respect, sis. All right, fam, now we've seen the struggles, the fights, and the courage. But what comes next? It's our turn to step up. As viewers, as fans, as part of the hip-hop community, we have a role to play too. We can't just be passive consumers of the music, the culture. We've got to be active participants, ready to stand up and speak out against injustice. We've got to be ready to support those who've been wronged, to amplify their voices. We've got to be ready to demand change, real change. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use our power, our platform, each like, each comment, each share. They're not just numbers, they're voices, our voices. And when we stand together, when we use our voices, we can make some real noise, we can make a difference. So let's make that difference, fam. Let's make our voices heard. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's keep this conversation going. Let's make some noise, fam. Like, comment, subscribe, and let your voice be heard. Now, we ain't just gonna sit here and watch, are we? It's time for us to rally behind these brave souls who found the courage to speak their truth, to support them, not just in words, but in action. This ain't just about Diddy or Cassie. This is about a system, a culture that's been silent for too long. And let's not forget, it ain't just the world of hip-hop that's under attack. Epstein, Vin Diesel, they're all part of this same narrative. It's a narrative that's been written for far too long by those who thought they were untouchable. But guess what? Times are changing. We need to remember the power of unity, the strength in numbers. When we stand together, when we refuse to be silent, we become a force that can't be ignored. It's time to raise our voices, to demand accountability, to demand justice. Because here's the truth, we ain't just bystanders in this narrative. We're the authors, the directors, the ones who decide how the story goes. And it's time we flip the script. So let's stand together. Let's support those who've been wronged and those who continue to fight. Let's make sure our voices echo through every studio, every stage, every corner of this industry. Because we ain't just victims, we're survivors. Remember, we ain't victims, we survivors. Stand up, speak out, and let's make some noise, fam. Like, comment, and subscribe, fam.